Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and the other champion, Alexander Usyk. Get this. Fury states that Usyk beat the bodybuilder, and all of a sudden, he's the killer. I don't think so. The WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is not overlooking the upcoming trilogy fight with veteran Derek Chisora, which takes place at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium December 3rd. Fury defeated Chisora in the first two encounters. He boxed past Chisora for a unanimous decision victory in 2011 and then pounded him for a stoppage in their 2014 rematch. Fury is a far better fighter than he was back then, but the Gypsy King believes that Chisora has also become a better fighter since their two encounters. He states that he comes and does exactly what it says on the tin. He goes to war, Fury said. He has changed his name from Del Boy to War, and we're going to get a war. I did outbox him comfortably the second time, but Chisora's style has changed, and so has mine. I used to be a tip-tap boxer on the back foot, jibbing and jabbing around the ring, but now I'm a huge, or AMS, destroyer. When you've got two heavy forces colliding, then someone is getting knocked out. If he lands a punch on me, a big swing, I'm getting knocked out. If I land a big swing on him, he's getting knocked out. So the fans are going to win, okay? Now, he also said about Chisora Usyk, he said, Chisora done very well against Usyk, Fury said. And may I say, who the hell is Usyk? People didn't know his name until he beat the bodybuilder the other day. He was a little, small heavyweight who wasn't going to do anything against AJ when Chisora fought him. But then he stepped up and beat the bodybuilder, and now all of a sudden, he's the killer? I don't think so. Listen, I rate Derek Chisora as highly as I rate Usyk, and I will train as hard for Derek as I will for any man in the world. If I didn't, I would have to be an absolute idiot. I will not underestimate Derek Chisora. God forbid I got beat. It wouldn't be for the fact that I had an injury or I didn't train hard enough. It would be the fact that I lost to a better man on the night. We're going to have a fight, and that's it. Let me counterpunch. I see what Tyson Fury's doing, which he's doing exactly what he should do. He's comparing his win over Derek Chisora's versus Alexander Usyk. The reason why he's talking up Usyk's name, because Usyk also beat the guy that he fought. Okay, and beat. So when that happens, it's a common opponent. So the common opponent, you have to have some type of leverage, okay? Some type of one-up on the opponent, you know? So he's saying that, hey, nobody knew who Usyk was until he beat the bodybuilder. Okay, well, that's not true, okay? Because he knocked out Tony Bellew in the 8th round. And who's really done that? You know what I mean? And he totally kicked every ass at cruiserweight. Now, fair point, cruiserweight wasn't a popular heavy division. It wasn't. You know, so if he meant that, okay. You know, at least now Tyson Fury has upgraded Usyk to a little heavyweight versus just calling him a middleweight, right? So that's at least something that I will give Tyson Fury, you know, as regards to, you know, Usyk. But him and Usyk having the same opponent that they beat, you know, I think that it's clever. You know, it's necessary. You have to do that. So I don't expect anything less than Tyson Fury, because I don't expect Fury to give Alexander Usyk credit for beating Chisora. Okay, so this is what I see, because if you notice in this article, you didn't even see him give Usyk any credit for beating Chisora. He just gave himself credit for beating Chisora. You know, once upon a time in another article, at another time, he called, you know, Chisora versus Usyk a draw. And I'm like, no, it was not a draw. He outlanded, outpointed, outhustled. You know, when War got tired, then, you know, Usyk had more openings. Okay, he just had more openings. He had less openings when Chisora was swinging for the fences, but he had more as Chisora tires. But, I mean, that's a typical Usyk fight anyway. He just figures you out. He tightens up on his defense, you know, but at the same time, he's able to land the holes in the spots that's available to score a point, right? So, with that being said, we're looking at Del Boy, and he says that Del Boy has changed his game. Del Boy, he has changed his game. He used to be a tip-tap fighter. To be fair, that's true. Tyson Fury was just known as a pillow puncher. Why do you think Deontay Wilder gave him that? You know, called him a pillow puncher because, you know, he used to just hit on the back foot and, you know, he was just good for a fast, big guy. He was fast for a big guy. Okay. And he really wasn't known to land a lot of power. Okay. So he went from that to going to the Crunks gym, learning the Crunk style. Now he's able to knock people out. But to me, that's obviously a farce because we haven't really been in there, and he had to floor Wilder a few times before knocking him out. So you don't necessarily call him a one-punch knockout artist, but you can upgrade him to a guy that you should rate and could take in consideration to be very dangerous because he's a heavyweight and he can punch too. That's what he proved to Wilder when Wilder was popping that shit off, calling and saying and claiming that he couldn't punch. As far as Chisora goes, did Chisora change his game? He didn't. I think what Chisora did, Derek Chisora, I think he became more dedicated when it came to training. Because I seen him, I think he trained on his strength and conditioning. Unfortunately for him, he was still getting old anyway. So the T levels, the testosterone levels, they lower. And, you know, you don't perform as well anyway. You know what I mean? If you're fighting naturally, which I think Derek Chisora was. I think, you know, him going for the fences just because he changed his name don't mean he changed his game. Bars. So I think at the end of the day, Derek Chisora is the same fighter he was when he fought Tyson Fury. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't see Derek Chisora, you know, any different. I think he's going to give war regardless of what you call him. You can call him Del Boy or War. It's all the same guy, you know. But anyway, is Chisora dangerous? He's always dangerous because he's a heavyweight. And for the first 1 to 3, maybe 4 rounds, Derek Chisora will give Tyson Fury exactly that. So as far as that fight goes, it will be entertaining. Again, as far as it goes, it will be entertaining. But you guys tell me what you think about Alexander Usyk being spoke of by Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, stating that he's all of a sudden a killer. I don't think so. And in fact, to add to that, I really don't look at Alexander Usyk as a killer. I don't. You know, I don't see him as a killer at all. I see him as a guy that knows how to box, has the same height, same weight as Muhammad Ali, and he's doing it, you know, with these big guys, which is impressive. Unlike Ali had those big guys to show off his skills back in the day, but he did have stiff competition, so I can't overlook that. Okay, shout out to Pops, right? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Fury speaking on Alexander Usyk. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!